Hello, my little goblins. I am back at it again, making those deck profiles. And you know what? We're a little late on this one. I'm going to be real. But we are still going to do it nonetheless because tomorrow is when the new decks come out. Labyrinth, you got Runic. Let me know down in the comments right now what deck you want to see first. Labyrinth, Runic. Those are the two big ones people have been talking about. Honestly, I'm going to really lean into the comments of what I'm going to be making. Right now, I'm leaning into Labyrinth. I think most people probably want to see that. So let me know what you guys think. That all being said, we are playing pretty much this broken hellspawn of a deck. It is branded Despia, but with the branded Expulsion to abuse Ido. And pretty much something that probably needs to get banned or emergency banned because I feel like this is so busted. It's so simplistic. It's a one-card combo, and that shouldn't exist. And when I say one-card combo, it's one card, lock your opponent out of the game, unless they have Called by the Grave, and even then, sometimes it's not enough. So, let's get into some matches, see how the deck performed, and then we'll talk about the deck at the end. Hello, and welcome to the first game, and our hand is pretty nutty. I mean, we have full combo already. Even if this gets negated, we have full combo. Branded Fusion. He has no interaction with it, so it means we probably win. So, if you got, we'll explain how to do the combo. He branded Fusion. Golden Lebellion. Lebellion summons Mirror Jade. It's very simple. Like, it's so easy to do. You send Albion, you banish your own fucking card. Then you set Branded Expulsion, and on your opponent's draw step, after he draws a card, you activate it. If he has no answers here, he loses the game. Or most likely loses. I don't want to say he just loses. And guess what? Aliber gets a search, so we get a branded fusion out of that. And our opponent loses. Wow, we did it, guys! Woo! Oh god. We're gonna go into some a little bit more intricate matches, but this is kind of just how it's played. Hello everybody, we're here for game number 2, and we are going second. Game number 2, going second. It must be a premonition. Something great's about to happen. Alrighty, so Parallel Exceed. So my opponent's going to do something weird here. So he summons Parallel Exceed, and I'll tell you right now, Sal's don't really have the greatest turn ones. Typically, if you're going turn 1, you need Gazelle, because Gazelle pictures Trap, then you can get it back with Wolf and stuff like that. But it gets even better when you have Parallel Exceed, because you can usually go into Baguska. So you'd have like a negate with Baguska. It's kind of annoying to deal with. But our opponent does not bother going to Baguska. Instead, he just link climbs into a Transcode Talker and into a Heat Soul, which is kind of ass. Like, it's not horrible. Like, I'm going to say it's not horrible. Now he gets the Gazelle. It's not horrible, but it's just not that good, is kind of what I'm saying. But he's going to use the lure. He's going to activate Heat Soul's effect, or I'm going to use the lure. He just had draw. Now it's just his back row we have to deal with. Nothing on the field, really. Alright. I'm pretty sure I wasn't feeling really any pressure here. And then I play Aliber. Aliber's effect's going to activate. Then we chain block with Imp Chain. He uses Imperm, so it doesn't even matter. We chain blocked. Doesn't matter. I don't think he has Ash to begin with. But you always, if you have Branded Fusion ahead, you want to bait out the Ash. We're going to play Fight for Poxwork. We get Polymerization and another Exit Chain. This shit's nuts. Branded Fusion. And we go into Lebellion. Woohoo! This is definitely not broken. Mirror Jade. I just hate Despia is just so. It's crazy because I think one of my most popular videos is Despia, and it's just such a busted deck. Like, I think that's part of the reason why I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like playing really broken things. I mean, it's fun for a little bit, but then it's just like, ugh. you just absolutely, you feel scummy, dude, you know? But let's get to the next one. Hello, everybody. We're here for game number 3 against Maxio. We're going second again, so we can't do our one-shot combo. He is playing Midolce. Not Midolce choosing to go first. Not a big deal. Pretty powerful. Honestly, in this format, going first probably a safer bet, especially considering I can just lock you out of the game with one card. He goes with Salon. Okay. Salon gets a trap. This is what I don't agree with. Midolce Knights? Why didn't we get Pomade here? This is... Dude, I'm sorry. We have to pause this. Our opponent's an idiot, right? Like, actually just brain dead. It's not a bad opening by them. Like, not the worst opening. With they got a Salon online, they got a ticket online. They could have had a Pomade, which is definitely going to be better. But he gets Midolce Knights, and then gets D-Shifter in the graveyard. Midolce Knights, you have to have no monsters in your graveyard to activate the effect. Can this shuffle cards? I guess you should activate this on my upkeep. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. Like, my upkeep, you just activate this and pick a card. Just so you have this available. Because right now, I can just do whatever I want. Because you have no interaction with me. So I guess it's a massive misplay on his part. Because, like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't activate for a while. We just get Expulsion right off the bat because we have Fusion in our hand. I don't know if you guys know this, but Expulsion lets you grab cards from the Banish Zone, which is fucking nuts. Yep. You go into Mirror Jade. He's gonna attack, he's gonna activate. You know what? I actually don't think he could have activated it. Wait, hold on. Up to 2 cards. Like, I was thinking, like, why didn't he activate that to shuffle it back? I don't know if he chose not to, or the card can't activate because there's not 2 cards in the graveyard. Maybe that's the case. It should be able to activate, though. Okay. Our opponent attacks us. And then during the end step, I activate Branded Infusion. And then we are going to Fusion Summon Guardian Chimera, which will let us draw 2 cards. And then we were able to get that. This is so broken, dude. This is so busted. We have a Mirror Jade and a Guardian Chimera, which is going to pop a card, draw 2. Oh, dude, this is nasty. It's just so gross. I feel like that was a big misplay on his part, though. Hello, and welcome to game number 4. And, yeah, our hand is pretty decent. I mean, we have full combo. That's all that matters, right? And we're playing against Lionel. He gets to experience not playing the game at all. Isn't that fun? Isn't it fun to not play the game you're trying to play? I think it is. I think it's real enjoyable. Banish. Called. I probably should have said Super Poly too. I'm going to agree with that. Because if our opponent's playing something fucking weird and he's able to stop us, Super Poly might be pretty good. Bam. Bam. And see, I would be able to grab Branded Fusion anyway, so getting Branded in red might have been the best. Setting Branded in red or getting it initially off the Aliber might have been better. Yeah, our opponent, you see how our opponent just conceded? And you see how our opponent used Solemn Judgment on Branded Fusion? Which means if I have another Branded Fusion, I can just activate it, considering he just negated it completely. Pretty neat how that works. So I just use the tragedy in the graveyard to just play it again. This deck is so gross, dude. It's so nasty. I think what's so good about the deck is it has so much recursion, and like even though you have like a small amount of cards, you can always make massive impacts with that, you know? So we're gonna attack, and they're dead. Wow. Very difficult. Very difficult. Hello, this is game number 5, and honestly the games were getting so boring on stream, I just started to play Blackwing again, so this is going to be the last game for the thing before we go into the recap. And it was just a really funny match. We get stopped on our card. We're pretty much going to go for full combo here. We go into Force Strix. We grab Raider's Ring. Honestly, Raider's Ring might have been the poor choice. Probably wasn't a horrible choice, but I feel like it wasn't the best choice. So we summon Zephyros. We go into Raider's Knight. Raider's Knight is going to go into the Stranger's Falcon. You guys seen, I have a video up on this deck. You guys know how this works. Then we go into Arsenal Falcon. Arsenal Falcon is going to summon Bora. Bora gets bounced by Zephyros, and then I summon Bora into Gaga Magician. And then we go into the Rusty Man. Captain Rusty, then Ultimate Falcon. We gotta get rid, remember, if you're playing this deck, you gotta get rid of Ultimate Falcon's shit too. And bam, alright, we got full combo. Thinning out the deck, and so our opponent's fucked because what's gonna happen is we activate Phantom Knight, rank up shit, we rank up into Kali Yuga. Our opponent's locked out of playing the game. His only out that he possibly could have would be a one-of Spear Mode, and he would have to attribute like this, right? And he has the one-of Spear Mode, but he attributes the wrong cards, so we go into Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga's effect gets caught. So his effect activates automatically, and then he kaijus, and then he tries to destroy my spell and traps, and then he just keeps activating cards, and they all get negated. So I thought that was hilarious. We summoned the Raid Falcon. This was actually not the best thing, I think. I think I should have summoned Force Strix. Because Force Strix... I'm trying to think of the reason why. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if I used it with this card, I would have been able to go into Arc Rebellion. But it's alright. So this is a very important thing. The fact that this Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere mode went there, because he's playing, you know, everyone's favorite deck, Numeron Network, because he's a fucking loser. I mean, he's an FFF. But he doesn't actually play it because Sphere mode, it's a monster on his field and he can't activate it. We got insanely lucky off the Allure of Darkness. But we literally can't go into anything, so it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna AFK until our opponent can do something. It's pretty much a race to the fucking finish here. Because if he gets a way of getting rid of this Winged Dragon, we lose. But it really depends what I draw. I draw the perfect card. I go into Simone. Simone grabs me another stupid card. And then we go into our boss monster. Our boss monster is not affected by anything. So this effect doesn't work. We're going to attack it. We get impermed. Does not work. Sorry. And then goodbye, Baba Booey. I thought that was a fun match. That's the only reason why I wanted to show it. Now let's get into the recap. Hello, welcome to the end of the video. Now let's go over the deck, but before that, thank you for watching, and I just want to say, please subscribe. If you aren't subscribed just yet, please just do so. Also, join our Discord. The link is down in the description. Just add that to your Discord and then join it. We got over 190 members so far, trying to push that 200. It'd be real cool if you guys can join because, you know, it's everything about Yu-Gi-Oh! We also have a very small Pokemon section so far that's hopefully going to eventually grow because it seems like a lot of people have been liking Pokemon as well. So, let's talk about the deck. The deck is busted. The deck is absolutely absurd. Like, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In like over a week, and I was able to pick this deck and go. I think I went on like a 12-game or 11-game win streak right in the beginning. Before I even lost one game, I won 11 games. And the game I ended up losing was me having like a horrific hand. Like I ended up opening something ridiculous. Like I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like a hand that didn't actually do anything. That's the reason why we lost. Like we couldn't go into anything, and our opponent stopped Lebellion, and we had no other follow up, so we just had nothing else. And then I think they were playing Branded Despia too, so we lost to another Branded Despia. Just to kind of showcase the power of the deck. Like, it's such a cheesy way of winning, and you know what? If you want to get easy ranks, this might not be the worst way of doing it. I'll probably hate you for it, but yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the power level? I'm going to rate it... I mean, if Branded Despia is a 9, I'm just going to say it's a 9 as well. I don't think it makes the deck that much more powerful, but in a best of 1 format, it might reach a 9.5. Because the deck's insane. You have all the tools of Branded Despia, except now you have this card that can instantly win you the game. Like, you go first, you can instantly win the game just putting this on your opponent's field. And then you know what you do? When it comes back to your turn, you just OTK them. Because Branded Despia is one of the easiest OTKs you could possibly do in the game. And guess what? If you don't OTK them, they're left with like 1,400 life points. You go into Masquerade Dragon. Guess what? They can only activate 3 cards before they're dead. It's pretty nuts, pretty broken. On a tier list, it's definitely a tier 1 deck. I wouldn't say it's tier 0 because, like I said, there is outs, and the outs are in pretty much every deck. Like almost every deck runs Called by the Grave, so there is like a way of playing against it, but like it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. You just have to draw the out, which is not a thing you want to hear. Obviously there's outs too, stopping the Branded Fusion, like ashing the Branded Fusion, and me not having my own Called by the Grave would stop me from going into Mirror Jade, which stops me from sending Albion, which stops me from setting the trap. So if I can't set the trap, can't really combo, can I? So I still think the deck's way too strong. I think there needs to be some type of hit to it, or it can get power creeped away. If some of the new cards coming out, I don't think the cards coming out now. I know Runic's good, but I think Runic's only really pops off with Splight. At least that's what I'm told. So I mean, maybe it can get power crept away, but like right now, it's not looking like it. I mean, didn't we ban in Floateries? We banned the Barrier Statue for the same reason. They go first and they just Barrier Statue, lock you out of the game. And then you just, if you don't have an answer to it, you just lose. This is the same thing. It's just as easy, if not more consistent. It's like so easy to do. So I feel like this should get hit with the ban. These cards are just super unhealthy for the game, in my opinion. Locking your opponent out of even attempting to play the game is just not fun. It might be fun for you, and you might have a good few games, but then maybe you're like, hey, I want to play Sylveon, right? You're like, hey, I want to play Sylveon. I want to play these little grass fucks, and then you get 5 games in a row, you get idle locked, and you're like, you know what? I don't want to play Sylveon anymore. Or you're like, I want to play Kaiju deck. I want to play my own Kaiju deck. Guess what? You can't summon Kaijus if you got idled. Like, so, like, you might not think it when you're playing this, like, oh, this is fine. but it's really broken. It needs to get handled. So think about the game for once. This shit needs a ban. So it's busted. That's all I'm gonna say. You want to play this? Go for it. You're gonna get a lot of easy wins, but it's gonna also be very boring. Cause honestly, this is like one of the first decks. I just got super bored on stream playing it. I was just like, wow, this is like AIDS. And I'm pretty sure it was boring for people watching it too. They're like, what the fuck? What is this wrong with this guy? All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait for Thursday. We're gonna play some fun decks. And goodbye.